Severe thunderstorms are rolling over Queensland tonight. This is what things have been looking like at Ellis Beach, and we've just seen quite a big storm make its way over Port Douglas. As you can see, it was looking rather ominous as it started to approach. Now, these storms have been bringing some quite heavy rainfall. We saw 7 millimetres coming down in just 10 minutes at Cairns as we saw storms moving over there, and winds gusting to 80 kilometres per hour. We also did see 52 millimetres coming down with storms at Camarunga. You can see that storm making its way over Cairns on the radar imagery here, and more of them tracking north across parts of the Queensland tropics. Now, we have severe thunderstorm warnings in place, and these warnings are actually for damaging winds. We're seeing them contracting further to the north, so we're seeing parts of the Herbert and Lower Burdekin taken out of our severe thunderstorm warning area that now extends all the way up north past Port Douglas, and we're seeing places like Mount Garnet included in that warning area. As I said, for damaging winds, so winds gusting in excess of 90 kilometres per hour, but we are also seeing some decent rainfall as well as drops in temperatures associated with that. At the racecourse in Cairns, the temperature fell by 6 degrees in 3 minutes as this storm pushed through. As you can see on the satellite imagery, plenty of lightning flaring up with storms across the north, and you can see this band of cloud where our cold front has made its way through New South Wales, but quite distinctly, we also have Tropical Cyclone Omar hanging out in the Coral Sea, and that's what's pushing this large easterly swell into the Queensland coastline, whipping up hazardous surf conditions, and we've got hazardous surf warnings in place. They're impacting pretty much anywhere to the south of 1770 today, and they're going to be in place tomorrow once again. This car falling victim to the large waves and also the abnormally high tides that came in very quickly, leaving that individual stranded and the car pretty much submerged. Let's have a look at our forecast rainfall and also the tracking of this system. So we are now anticipating that Tropical Cyclone Omar could make its way towards Queensland. There was a bit of uncertainty associated with this. This is what the Bureau of Meteorology had to tell me about it just a short time ago.
The system should weaken as it approaches the coast. It's moving into a slightly less favourable environment. However, it could still be a Category 1 system, maybe even stronger depending on the situation. So regardless, come Thursday, Friday and even into the weekend, the risks of hazardous surf, dangerous surf leading to significant coastal erosion and also local coastal inundation due to abnormally high tides are likely.
And we now also have severe weather warnings in place for abnormally high tides in Queensland. Now, that situation where the system could be a Category 1 is if it does track southwest towards Queensland or northwesterly towards Queensland. There was also the chance it could track to the east and towards New Zealand, but it's now looking more likely to track towards Queensland as we head to the back of the week. As I mentioned, it's pushing in this large swell towards the coast, whipping up those waves and the abnormally high tide. So we're talking king tide type conditions across southern parts of Queensland. With our cool change, we've also seen a few storms moving through New South Wales. We saw about 5 millimetres with these storms as they made their way over Cessnock. And as you can see, they're hanging out around the Hunter. This is where our low-pressure trough associated with the cool change has pretty much stalled over the course of the afternoon. And you can see a few of those storms making their way over the mid-north coast, up around Port Macquarie as well. What we're going to continue to see is just a few showers and drizzle trailing behind this as we have a look ahead overnight and into Wednesday. While our trough is moving quite slowly to the north, as I mentioned, it's stalled. It's really slowed down its progress over the course of the afternoon, but it's making its way ever so slightly north, and we are continuing to see drought conditions over parts of New South Wales. Now, if you do require assistance as a result of storm activity where you are, the number to call is the SES on 132 500.